Hello and welcome to another Warhammer the Old World Battle Report. This time, a more conventional 2,000 point game. I'm trying out my vampire accounts again, testing them out for the new 1.5 errata. And yeah, people think they're very strong now with the potential for how regeneration works on unstable. I don't like that it works that, or I think there's still uncertainty on whether it works that way. So I didn't use regen on unstable in this game, but I can see people's arguments for the rules of maybe it does work that way, but I just don't think it's very good for the game. Um, but otherwise, yeah, pretty normal Vampire Counts army, and I'm playing against Orcs and Goblins, mostly of the Night Goblin variety, but with some trolls as well. So I have a Master Necromancer on Mortis Engine with Necromancy, and the Scepter and a Talisman Protection. Then I have another Necromancer on foot, a level 3 with Dark Magic, 2 Banshees, a big unit of Graveguard, 24 or 23 Graveguard, and then a white BSB in there, 2 units of 20 Zombies, a unit of 10 Direwolves. Thought they're a fast core unit who can potentially help with objectives, and then a unit of 9 Blood Knights. That's just the Blood Knight champion, not actually a character. And against us, we have 3 blocks of Night Goblins with a level 4 and I think a BSB in the one unit. Unit of Squig Herd, who are very good now with the changes to infantry. 3 Squig Hopper mobs. 2 Mangler Squigs. 1 unit of 3 Trolls. A Troll Hag. I think she had the Talisman Protection. And then 1 unit of Snotlings who vanguard forward. And we were playing the mission with you can't deploy right on the edges, and then there's secured locations too. So I think there's an objective back here that these guys are holding, and then an objective, the Troll's standing on, and then there's an objective right here that my Graveguard is standing on, and it plays almost no point in the game, and we didn't even bother tallying it up. Yeah, so Orcs and Goblins went first. They pushed forward, put a fort of Gork down, and Hopper's just sort of moved wide. His fanatics are definitely going to be an issue. I don't want my Necromancer to get hit by either Necromancer to get hit by fanatics or my Blood Knights. The infantry not too worried about. But basically, I'm hoping my Knights can sweep in here and then kill some stuff. The random movers are an issue because I can't countercharge them. So it's always a bit of a gamble, but I have pretty good armor, and I'm not, as long as I don't get Itchy Nuisance and Plague of Rusted, I should have a pretty good chance against Squig Hoppers. That's, in our previous game, the Blood Knights were wiped out by Squig Hoppers after getting hexed to death. My turn, I resurrected some zombies and reformed the Graveguard wider. Resurrected some more zombies, sort of pushed up cautiously here. What happened? I pushed I got the reserve move spell off, pushed the zombies forward, went for a scream on the hag, did a few wounds. I went for a scream and killed off. Maybe screamed some Snotlings, or I cast the Magic Missile and Quiet Spirits on them. But and then they reserve moved back into safety. So I think that's the ideal play there. We initially had forgotten that the Troll got to make her ward save against the Wailing Dirge. So she takes some wounds, and then at one point we roll for the saves and put some wounds back on her. What has happened? And the Blood Knights just sort of moved up into charge range. I don't know. I maybe should have moved them over this way more, but I'm worried about some long charges from the Manglers getting into them. But that probably would have been a better thing, just to get them into combat and keep them near my necromancers for resurrecting. Okay, the three coppers went into the zombies, killed a few, and then fell back in good order. The troll hag and the hoppers went into the graveyard and killed some, but not that many. She had to fight a challenge against the unit champ, which helped keep them alive. They had itchy nuisance, I think, on them. They're -2 to their toughness, which always hurts, and initiative. And then the other hoppers went into the wolves. Didn't do too much. These hoppers, this one unit of hoppers that was wide went into the knights, lost. They then used drilled to go wider and then pursued into the Manglerswig. So that went well. And is that what happened? Oh, and the trolls, I think, failed their stupidity. Or they tried to charge. They tried to make a charge, and they rolled just too short to get into the zombies, so that left them stuck out in the open. Or they had tried to charge the graveyard. I'm not sure. Anyways, they got stuck. So after a whole bunch of resurrecting, but also the fanatics getting released through these guys, they took a bunch of wins from the fanatics, resurrected a bunch back, then fought the combat, lost a bunch more. So we're getting down, but we've gotten through most of the Squig Hopper unit, which is good. What happened there? Maybe I missed my turn because the Squig unit died to the zombies, and then eventually the Night Goblins charged in. The zombies started losing that combat. The trolls went into these zombies along with the Manglerswig. They started to grind down the zombies, and then this unit of hoppers and the snotlings wiped out the direwolves. And the Ag now has more wounds because we remembered that she needed to do that. The knights killed the Manglerswig and then failed their restraint tests, so they ran off into the sunset. So, yeah, I was getting back a ton of Graveguard from the Invocation in the Heck, but the Fanatics were killing a lot as well. So getting close to the end of the game, the Night Goblins break through the zombies, wipe them out. There's now more Graveguard alive. They kill off the Squig Hoppers. Those screams are still going into the Troll Hag, but I've failed the one to not let her use Inspiring Presence and reducing her leadership a couple times. So she's still kicking. The zombies are still getting ground down. My knights started to move around, but I'm scared of getting them too close to Fanatic range. Although I probably should have pushed them further forward. And then I think what happens? So the Night Goblins charge in, get the BSB is fighting a challenge against the Troll Hag, only loses 1 wound, and the Night Goblins and Crumbles reduce the Graveguard to 1, and there's a bunch of Fanatics around everywhere, and the Knights are set up to start to come in the flank, but we may call it here. So I'm gonna resurrect more Graveguard, but because I've always put his Fanatics, I'm gonna take wounds as they're resurrected. The Fanatics will move the minimum distance away, and then he gets to, in the move phase, move them back to my Graveguard unit. So taking like at least 4d6 Strength 5, AP 3 hits. Not sure how well, so yeah, 14-ish. Before other fanatics go, so not sure if the Grave Goat would survive this fight. We ended up calling the game there. I think still have the big unit of Blood Knights, still have the Mortis engine, so it was a very close game. The objectives, didn't play a huge role. Screams were a bit disappointing. They initially did some work on the troll and then didn't do a lot less. Didn't do much else. So yeah, it was a fun game with vampires. My opponent found the Graveguard very frustrating with the resurrecting, and I found Night Goblin Fanatics very frustrating as always. So yeah, hopefully get another game. I think I'm going to play the vampires again. Try and learn how the army works a bit more. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.